Hello everybody, my name is Richard Vigorelli, and normally I am your guide for everything Chinese medicine, Chinese astrology, and feng shui, but, well, this is actually a follow-up video for my workout project. Today's Friday. I'm actually going to be working out as soon as I get off work. I should be home early evening today. Got a bunch of patients, managed to sneak in some time so I could talk to you, okay? For those of you following me, thank you so much for the words of inspiration. God bless you. It's really kind. And here's my words of inspiration for you. If I can do it, you can do it. I got faith in you. Okay? Let's make ourselves healthy together, okay? Got you, buddy. All right, so here is the reason why I am choosing the exercise that I'm doing, and I'm not doing anything like the insanity system. I'm not doing keto. I'm not doing anything super wacky and wild and come out with the best science available today. The human body has not changed. Okay, humans had the last major genetic reset we had was during the Bronze Age. It was called the Bronze Age collapse, and that's only if you were in the Middle East, Eastern Mediterranean, maybe into India, but for the most part, not really. Well, the British Isles had an issue right at about the same time, okay? Big segment of the population died out, but humans are still humans. We have not changed much in 50,000 years, okay? So what worked then will probably work now, okay? And trying to fiddle with it is not going to get you much, okay? It might get you very, very short results, but long run, not going to vary that much, okay? So I am continuing to eat 3 square meals a day. Now, what is a square meal? Well, it usually has some kind of protein, and watch my video on proteins as to what I mean by that. That is, it has meat and or, beans or nuts or something like that. Also, some sort of veggie. Something more than lettuce, please. Lettuce is basically a leaf with a bunch of sugar and water in it, and okay, that's not food. Okay, that's what we feed to food. Okay, so lettuce really doesn't count as far as I'm concerned. If I'm going to do leaves, I'll usually do spinach, I'll do kale, a few other things like arugula, things like that. Okay, most of my vegetables are gourds or sprouts of some kind. Like I love Brussels sprouts; they are awesome. Okay. Next bit that I do is some kind of carbohydrate, usually a grain of some measure. My favorite is wheat. I blame my Italian heritage for that. Okay. But I've been known to eat other grains as well. I love a good rye bread. Huge fan of oats, but I also use them wisely. I understand the chemical heat of the various foods, and I know when during the year I should eat them. Right now, we're moving into winter. Oats are a wonderful thing to have, unless you're getting a bunch of acne like I am from those stupid masks. Okay? In which case, I'm avoiding oats, because it's going to make the acne worse. Instead, I'm using sparing amounts of wheat. Okay? Also, as far as a square meal goes, is something to drink. I recommend water, no ice. You don't want it too hot unless you have something in the water to stave that off, and here's why. We are made out of water. We have to intake it. Now, if you are getting enough water in your food, drinking a lot of it, maybe not such necessary. Okay? Now, depending on what is in the water will depend on what that water does, because water is a universal solvent on this planet. Okay? Basically everything that we can ingest will mix in water. Now, if the water is too cold, cold things don't move. Cold things don't turn over, so they tend to sit there. Okay? Yes, if it's a really hot day, sure, have some cold water. That's fine, won't hurt you. It'll probably help you. However, If it's freezing outside like it is where I am, ice water is not the best option. You've got plenty of ice outside. You got plenty. You're good. Okay? Have some room temp to some warm water, you'll be fine. Okay? Now, if you have if you drink really hot water and it's just hot water, you're drinking warm water, that's awesome. It will help stuff to move. However, hot water will also contribute to water retention. And trust me, personal experience, you'll get puffy. Okay? One of my girlfriends when I was in grad school, I wasn't quite feeling right, and she sunk some needles into my legs, a point called stomach 36, which is just down from the knee. And she looked at it and said, "What have you been doing?" I said, "I've been drinking hot water." She said, "Hon, you can't do that. It's going to make you sick. A little bit's fine, but you're doing way too much of it. Look how puffy you are." And she was right. I was like flush. Okay? So, what to do? Why drink things like tea? Well, depends on what kind of tea you're drinking. Things like green tea are going to act as diuretics, but they're also chi raisers. That means they lift chi. If that's a good thing for you, then yeah, by all means, it's fine. However, lifting chi too much can cause some cerebral problems, also maybe make you kind of mean. Okay? And that's more of a liver thing. Feel free to check out my video on the liver for that. Okay? So you have to be smart with what you put in your water. Okay? If you don't know what to do, best thing to do is just drink some warm water. You'll be fine. Okay? Now, moving on to alcohol, because I've now explained what a square meal looks like. Okay? You want 3 of those a day. Now, things like beer, whiskey, wine, stuff like that should be used sparingly, if at all. Okay? Alcohol is empty calories, especially beer. Okay? So if you're working out and you like knocking down a brew once in a while, maybe hem that back. I have, and it's starting to impact. It's kind of nice. I feel much lighter, much more energetic. Okay? Also, the type of alcohol, not all alcohol is created equal because it depends on what's in it. Otherwise, there would be no distinguishing between them. You need to be smart. Okay? My recommendation is always moderation. Always, always, always think before you do. Okay? Stop going after instant gratification. If you learn how to delay gratification, learn how to put the work in, things are actually much better in the long run. Okay? That's why I'm not beating myself up and expecting myself to look all awesome after a week and a half. Please. Okay? Alright, now, here comes the side movement. As you know, I am tracking my steps. My phone is actually on a charger right now, so I'm kind of stuck. My steps that I've done in order to actually make this video, bring stuff over, set up and all that, they are not being recorded there. I haven't lost much, it's fine. Okay? So what I do is I put my phone in my pocket and I do laundry. And what I do, instead of putting everything in the basket and going to the laundry room, setting it down and loading everything in and then sitting down somewhere else and waiting for it to happen, is, well, I move things from my hamper to the laundry one at a time. Okay? Now if I want to, I take extra steps. I literally take the long way around. Okay? I walk to the other side of the house and then back. Okay? Because it adds more steps. Yes, this is inefficient. And it takes forever for me to do a load of laundry. And that can be annoying. But the laundry's still going to get done. Okay? The end result of the laundry is fine. It won't impact anything because time isn't an issue here. What is an issue here is me burning extra calories in my body that I do not need. They're just sitting here doing nothing. Okay? So if I move around extra and in low impact, the fat burns off that much faster. Okay? So instead of me taking, say, 100 steps to do 1 load of laundry, I'm taking 1,000. Big difference. Okay? So is the calorie burn on that. Same thing happens when I do the dishes. Every single movement I make, such as I open the door where my soap is, I open the door, then I walk away. And I walk around in a circle, come back to it, pick up the soap, set it on the counter, walk away, walk in a circle, etc., 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 until it's done. It takes me 30 minutes to do a sink full of dishes. That would take me 5 to 10 minutes otherwise of actual washing. The reason is, every single move I make, I walk away from and I leave it alone. That burns extra calories and increases the amount of activity my body gets. Now, why is this important? Well, I don't work in the fields. My job is not exercise. My job is in this room. Okay? I don't have to walk around a lot to put needles in people. I don't have to lift a lot of weight to put needles in people. It's one of the reasons why I took the job. However, I paid in activity and fitness for that level of security. Okay? So I have to make that up somewhere else. And I do that in my chores by doing it inefficiently. Now, here's the caveat. If time is a factor, such as I need this done now, don't do this. Bad idea. Okay? If you need something done quickly, be as efficient as you possibly can. If you do not have the time to slack off with this and burn extra calories by operating inefficiently, don't do it. You're being stupid if you do. Okay? So, now I'll give you another example. One of the things that I do is when I bring in my clean sheets from home, that I put on my table, my patient lies down on them, that way they feel nice and snug and happy and all of that. I tend to bring them in from my car one at a time. Now, my front desk doesn't like it when I do that, especially when it's winter outside. She says, "Can you please stop going in and out like that? It's freezing me solid." I said, "Okay, sure." She said, Can you do it in one trip?" I said, "I can, but I need the exercise." She said, "Okay. Then we have to figure something out." I said, "I agree. I don't want to freeze you." So I got her space heater, put that down in front of her because she's having a horrible time staying warm. And then I took a tote where I keep my sheets and I set it outside the door. Then I went down to my car and did my whole thing and got my exercise, brought that in. She said, "Thank you. You're welcome." Okay? Everybody wins. Okay? I didn't make her uncomfortable and I got what I wanted done. That's called compromise. Imagine that. Okay? So, as far as this whole workout thing is going, I'm actually very pleased with my results. Some of my support muscles, especially around my hips, are having a couple of issues because I'm making them do things and they were very, very used to not doing things. Though they're upset with me. I got a little thing right here, right in my low back, it's driving me nuts. It twinges every so often. It's usually a sign of what we call kidney deficiency. Now, I saw this coming, so I do have herbs and I am taking them. And I'm doing that in order to reinforce my body and also help my body use things like, food and drink appropriately. That way I don't have any side effects of me working out because I do have to take into account my age and relative previous activity level, which are limiting to say the least. Okay? So, thank you again for all of your words of encouragement. God bless you for it. And again, you guys can do this too, okay? If you want to join in with me on this journey, please do, okay? So, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment. Feel free to share this with people that you would like to see get healthier. I'm happy to help them any way that I can in the distance that we have available, okay? Also, if you would like to get in touch with me directly, feel free to visit my website at vigintmed.com. That stands for Vigorelli Integrated Medicine.com. You can drop me a line there, and if it's something that needs addressing, I'll be sure to get back to you. Okay? So I'll be back later, guys, with something else. You take care now. Have a great day. Bye-bye. cost $1. You can get this on Amazon. Cost you about 16 bucks hard copy. You can even get it soft copy for about half that. It's on Kindle. Go ahead, pop over to Amazon.